Okay, welcome to this divination today. This one's going to be short and sweet, hopefully. That's what I think. That's usually what I think with these messages. And then next thing, Spirit wants us to go a little bit deeper. So, from your highest perspective, this is a message that is reminding you that you've come here on earth because you chose to. So you chose to come here. You have been doing all the choosing all along. So this thing of you needing to be chosen is going to eventually fade. There's going to come a day when you realize that actually I am the one choosing everything. Even when you feel disempowered, you are choosing to be disempowered. And when you feel that you are in that space and ready to be empowered, you're also choosing that. Remember, everything has a purpose. So that's why when we look at it spiritually, it might feel or seem contradictory because we hold the neutral plane of existence for everything. We are able to hold space for all perspectives. Okay, so that's one message. And then the other one that I got was, this is a process amongst many things. It's a process of remembering who you are. The fact that you chose to came here, the fact that you chose, the fact that you chose to come here means that you understand how powerful you are. You wanted to uncover your power. For some odd reason, that's what we chose to do. And then we chose to forget, right? So everything is a process of remembering who you are. So don't let who you are not define who you are. Remember, identify it, but don't identify as it. Very, very key in the spiritual journey of yours. Because the moment you identify as it, then you fall into a lot of states of different aspects of dis-ease that come into your body. First, emotionally, because you are unable to express these emotions. You're unable to explain these emotions because your emotions were also invalidated in your home. So essentially, even if you're outside of your home, you would, through self-punishment, invalidate yourself. And then these emotions suppressed start to configure themselves into a more solidified form, and they start becoming part of your personality or your character, right? Remember, identify what it is, but don't identify as it. That's why as you are remembering who you are understanding that this is an aspect of who you are not. Because who you are is really neutral. And that's the challenge, to understand that through religion, we have been told there's a good and a bad, and then through politics as well, right? And in the neutral space within the cosmic sphere of everything happening, it's just all energy that is represented in denser format and lighter format, and then absence of light, and then full illumination of light, and then the dimming of light as it's going down to the absence, or it's the illuminating as it ascends to full illumination, right? So it's just a reminder for you today that as you start to get into the process of remembering, you have to release the karma that comes with the generational wounds that you are healing on behalf of those that came before you. So we tie this in ancestrally, and we cannot negate it, unfortunately, for some who would really prefer to negate that people who have come before you have impacted how you are living, because they have essentially created a certain pathway of existence that once people have felt safe within that pathway, they want to engrave it as the true word. And anyone who veers outside of it, their survival could be heavily impacted. And the sense of betrayal within the group, the family group, the government group, the socialized group, the community, has a huge impact. And that's why it becomes so challenging to release yourself from that matrix or that geometry within your bloodline. And I'm speaking to you as a generational curse breaker, you have to get yourself into states of peace, because ultimately that's what you want anyways, right? But because you are dealing with chaos and the mind will doubt that safety is peace, you still want to test the waters and you still are drawn towards peace is chaos. So everything is a process on its own, but it's a process of remembering who you are through who you are not. So allow yourself to just ask the question, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Just keep asking, and then observe what happens when you ask and when you are met with something that misaligns to you or aligns to you. Notice how you feel, because you'll notice whether something is in alignment with you or not through the way that you feel about it. But remember, like I said earlier, because you might have been heavily invalidated, you would self-punish yourself by invalidating your own emotions through doubt. So it's a process of, once again, I'll say a whole lot of things that in one short form is a remembrance of who you are. If you're needing support with seeing what is blocking you right now, what messages perhaps from your ancestry, what are they communicating? Because you are carrying generational wounds that aren't your own. And it is so important to identify what belongs to me and what doesn't belong to me on this path. And it becomes so heavy, and the sense of betrayal, because, you would get stories from your mother or your grandparents, and they'd be like, I suffered this much and I went through this much. And now that you have it essentially easier with certain aspects, they don't understand the heaviness of the mental aspects, because most of it, they just dealt with it or escaped it rather. They didn't see it as a thing, some of you, maybe I'm picking up, your mother just doesn't understand why you feel so much, but yet she does feel so much. It's just that because she was invalidated, that's her only almost like knee-jerk response that she can give you, because pushing past that line, she has felt the pain of trying to do that. So if you're looking to be reminded of who you are more than anything, because everybody, specifically since you are connecting with people from your wounds, like you might click with someone and you might go, oh, you feel like home. It's because wounds feel like home. Pain feels like home for you. So be careful when you are in a relationship, and I'm getting some of you are actually in a relationship and someone has just told you feel like home. You must just ask them, what is home for you? What does home represent? And if that does not represent what home means for you, then it might be time for you to just slowly pack your things and run eventually. Okay, not all the time, but maybe for some of you. I think this is as short as sweet as I can take it for today. If you'd like to contribute to this channel in any way, there is information in the description below. In the meantime, just understand that you are divinely held, supported, and guided, and dearly loved.